Hello, welcome to another unboxing. This time it's the Wasp. The Behringer version of the Wasp Deluxe with a few extra bits. It's been out quite a while. I've had it on my wish list twice. Once it was cancelled by Amazon saying they couldn't get it, and I went for it again. And the reason I kept with my Amazon, because it was £234. It dropped to this price for about a month and went back up to whatever it was, 300 or over 300. So I thought I'd stick with it, even though Thomann offer it for about the same, about 240. But quite often you don't get the UK plugs with anything from that store, which I absolutely hate, and I don't want all adapters hanging out the wall. So I'm hoping that this is a UK plug with this, but we'll soon find out. Anyway, £234 from Amazon, I reckon, is a pretty good price for one of the first synthesizers that I ever had a go on. Friend had one and lent me it for a few weeks. I've actually got one picture of one of my friends called Bruce holding it while I had it, and I think I'll put the picture in this video right now. And I was just sold on it. I just thought it was such a nice sound, and it could do some sort of noises as well. It could sort of drift off and make all sorts of strange sounds, a bit like a sequence. Although when you look at it, the controls are quite basic really, but there are some different ones. There's some oscillator mixing and what have you. Anyway, let's have a look round the box. So as you probably know, Novation really is where the Wasp company, EDP, Electronic Dream Plant. This was about 1979, I think, when this one came out originally. So it's digital oscillators, but the rest of it is analogue. So therefore we call it a hybrid. Although it says legendary analog synthesizer there, I'm pretty sure it was digital oscillators. So I would call it a hybrid, not an analog. Well, it's got an analog path. I'll call it a hybrid synth, this one. So not a lot to see really. Although I can see on the shipping that it'd gone to the Netherlands before it went to Amazon. And they must have had 4 of them. Carton 2 of 4. And I noticed that it is not anywhere near this price on Amazon at the moment. So keep your eyes peeled if you fancy a bargain, and be like me and be patient, and eventually you'll get it. Although when they cancelled it the first time, they said they couldn't get it. It was still available on Amazon from other sellers and things, just they couldn't get it at the price that they quoted. So I stuck with it. They sent me a few emails saying, do you want to cancel the order? I don't know if we're going to get it. Oh, and also the guy or woman or whoever it was delivered it did that terrible thing that Amazon used to do, where they cannot find your doorbell or anything, and they just leave the product outside. So someone walking by could have just picked this off, from my front door. So it was lucky that I was in, and I got the email saying that, how did we do? How's it arrived and everything? I thought, oh, great. One of these people that can't find the bell. So there's the power supply. It's quite an easy to open box. It hasn't been sealed really well, so hoping no one's tampered with it. Right, so that bit there is for Euro rack, because you can actually take these out and pop them into Euro racks, and that's the power supply and what have you for that, which I will leave in the box. You never know, might get you out one day, but these look so nice with the wooden end cheeks on. I quite like them the way they are, with little desktop units. Right, well, let's see the moment of truth. Do we get a UK plug or not? It looks like we do. See, that's the thing. If they're supplying it in these units, right, where you just slide on whichever one you want of these, why don't they just supply, like Thomann, with a bag with all the different things in? You can just slide on whichever one is compatible for you. So that's what puts me off buying stuff from them. Because I know, well, it's only the price of an adapter, but you know, sometimes these can be like 15 quid, can't they? If you want to, this is like 1000 milliamp, this one. 12 volts, I think, 1000 milliamps. Now, which way does this go? This way? This way? Don't know, actually. Guessing because that retains there, it must be that way. Yes, it is. So it's quite a nice small unit, this one, switch mode. Doesn't weigh anything. And I do like them when they hang down and not the other way. This is better for me that way. Especially when having a lot of different things all over the place. And how long a lead do we get? Well, it's at least a metre. Yeah, it's about a, I'd say roughly, could be nearly 2 metres actually. Yeah, I'd say it's nearly 2 metres that. Only measure it very approximately. An arm's length is about a metre, so it's only a very rough measurement, but it's 2 arms lengths of cable, so I reckon that's about 2 metres, which is pretty good. The longer the better really for simp stuff. So let's move in a little bit, shall we? Okay. Actually, it's smaller than the... I'm just thinking, I think it's a bit smaller than the Moog that I had, the Model D. Oh, I get some eggs. Oh, nice. So it's metal, yeah. Lovely WASP, yeah, stuff there. I just realised there's no manual. And there's no sticker, because normally with this you get a little manual and a sticker with Behringer stickers. So I think someone's already been in the box and had a look. There was a sticker in the box, just to let you know. So I'm happy now, got my sticker. Okay. So you get a main out, you get a low and a high. And you can also select which MIDI channel through these 4 here. There's an on-off. Power in. So quite basic there. But it is a 70s monophonic synth. Let's just do a close-up of the back there while I'm chatting away about it all. You see there's not a lot. Few odds and ends there. And not balanced or anything, just a straightforward mono output there. Right. MIDI in, MIDI through on the front there, and also a USB, so I guess it's USB over MIDI. Not much in the way of extras that they have done on some of their synths. You've got an oscillator 1 out, oscillator 2 out, external in, and the main audio out there, and a power light, which is green. So I've seen a few videos of this one already, which is just like the original. Of course the original had a speaker as well, but don't really need that. And a strange membrane keyboard. Not being a keyboard player doesn't really affect me. So we've got a little tuning pot here as well, tiny little tuning pot here. A sort of a bend and a glide. But I expect being DCOs they're going to be pretty much in tune. So we go all the way from 2 feet to 32 feet on the 2 oscillators. This is different, that's not on the original. So you can blend the oscillators and the external. So you've got 3 sound sources that you've got a little mixer. That is actually going to be, that's going to be quite good. That's going to be quite useful, especially when you're mixing high and lows. You know, with different volumes, to be able to mix the two so they're exactly the same volume when you need it, or not. One louder and one quiet, whatever. You know, that's going to be real useful. Okay, so as I said, you've got 2 to 32 there, feet. This is all measured as in organ pipes, the octaves as it goes. So we've got an off here for both of them, so you can turn both oscillators off. So in fact you could just use the external and use the filter or something without having the oscillators on at all. I wonder if they make any noise, that'd be interesting to find out. So we've got a triangle sawtooth, we've got a square, and we've got enhanced, and that's different. I think that's a more beefed up one, and the same again on the bottom. So there's not a whole range of waves, just a few. No sine wave, no PWM. But I'm pretty sure pitch modulation, frequency, noise signal, filter control. You can see it better on the camera than I can. I'm getting the glare on the light here. Oh, you've got a band on the filter. You've got a low and a high, band and notch. Oh, notch would be quite interesting. I quite like notch, where it just goes into that frequency. And of course you can sweep the notch that with what do they call it here? Q, which I guess is resonance. So that would be quite interesting as well. That's a nice choice of filter options there. You've got just about everything there. And lots of mixing all over the place on this. Although it's quite straightforward, there are some nice extra features thrown in here. It is a very basic, straightforward synthesizer. So what else we've got here? We've got filter control. And again, we've got I guess a low pass filter now. Low pass filter, LFO, low frequency oscillator, which has also got noise, which is probably white noise and random there. And that could be PWM, I guess. Anyway, I do a little sound demo, and if I find some PWM, I'll definitely be putting that on there. Quite a basic envelope, attack, decay, repeat, and what's that say? Delay. Attack, decay, delay. No sustain. Attack, decay, repeat, or sustain level. It's on the envelope generator, and we've got a control envelope, and then we can mix them between that and maybe the LFO by the look of things. So we've got so we've got a LFO envelope and your envelope for your filter maybe. So it's all, there's no modular here. There's no semi-modular either. It's all as is. So yeah, and main output, and we've got a phones as well, separate phones. That's nice. So I think I'll put that one into the camera. But it also might be quite interesting to put the phones into the external and see if we can do the usual trick that you do with the Moogs, where you overdrive it even more. Or the main output into the external and just see how we can overdrive it. So there's a few things to try out here, but fairly basic, but lovely sounding synthesizer. Got some really nice bass sounds. Well, not much more to say about that. You probably know all about this synth anyway. It's a well-known one. It looks lovely, and the little wooden side endings are a really nice touch rather than have it just metal. It does elevate it and make it feel a much nicer product having little wooden, these little touches, because quite often with my older synths I had to buy these on eBay, and sometimes can be quite expensive to bling up your desktop synths. So it's really nice to get that. So a nice sturdy unit. The pots feel, there's not much movement there. They feel quite nice and sturdy. One switch, what's that? VCA envelope or control envelope? Oh, hold. There's a hold on the envelope. So you might, we could do a drone. Could do a drone then. It's a nice solid switch as well. Even this little one feels, there's some sort of master tune here. Feels quite solid. Feels very well made. Looks well made. And they've kept true to the WASP knobs and colour scheme and this. Yeah, of course, if memory serves, the Deluxe had wooden panels, didn't it? And then it had a proper keyboard rather than the membrane one. Anyway, so I'll plug it in and we'll have a little listen.